The transfer window may be short, but Derby County are still in the market for a number 9. Just this morning, Fabrizio Romano has reported that Derby County are interested in acquiring the services of Dwight Gayle, the former Stoke City forward. He was released by his contract by Stoke City in order to help him gain a new deal somewhere else. There's a host of clubs interested, including Ipswich Town, Barnsley, and a few others, including ourselves. A lot of you may know Dwight Gayle, but let's get in and learn all about him. So, this is Dwight Gayle, most recently playing for Stoke City in the Championship, but obviously he spent a lot of time at Newcastle, and that'll be what he is most known for. He's had a long career in the game, so let's take a look into his career as a whole, who he is, and where he will fit for Derby County. If you're enjoying all this Derby County content and are looking forward to the Formula 1 2024 season, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, why not leave a comment about your thoughts on this video? In my opinion, Dwight Gayle would be a short-term signing. At 34 years of age, he is coming towards the back end of his career, and with Derby already having 3 strikers over 30 on the books, I don't think they'd want to add another one on a long-term deal. However, he has made 338 appearances across all his football career, scoring 106 goals, collecting 36 assists. He's played for 6 senior clubs, including the likes of Newcastle, Stoke City, and a whole host of others. I think this could be a good fit for Derby County. Dwight Gayle knows where the goal is. He stays between the posts, which is something which we've been crying out for with James Collins. Obviously, recently Collins has started to do that, and he started to reap the benefits by scoring a whole host of goals. But let's now take a look into Dwight Gayle's career as a whole, where he's played and who he's played for. So, Dwight Gayle spent his time at 6 senior clubs. He also spent time in multiple academy systems. So, he played the majority of his career at Newcastle, where he played a host of games in the Premier League, scoring 34 goals, collecting 11 assists. He also spent time at Crystal Palace, scoring 25 times in 74 games, and most recently struggled at Stoke, but with the options they have, he was limited with minutes, and Stoke City have struggled pretty much since they were relegated from the Premier League. He also spent time at West Brom and Peterborough, 2 teams Derby County will know well. Between them, he scored 37 goals in, I think it's 70 appearances. So he does know where the onion bag is, and that is what Derby need for a backup striker. He is a centre forward, but he does have the capabilities of playing on either wing. At 34 years old, I can't see him playing for us out on the wing if we are to sign him. Obviously, there's lots of teams interested in acquiring Dwight Gayle, but I think if we could get him as an option to play with Collins or replace Collins during the games and stuff, I think it would be a really good signing. Obviously, we saw yesterday that Connor Washington is back in training, but obviously we need a striker, and we need one now. So if we could get a deal over the line for Dwight Gayle, I think that would be perfect for himself and perfect for the club. It gives him 6 months to review his options, see if he wants to continue playing or if he wants to retire, and he can put on a show in League One if he thinks that is what is best for his career. But I do think he would obviously be a backup centre forward, obviously depending on performances. If Collins was to have some slow games and Gayle was to sign, it would give Gayle the opportunity to take that number 9 spot from James Collins. And obviously that's what we don't have at the moment. We don't have the players to rotate up front. I don't think we have a second striker at the moment. We just have James Collins. Dejan Brown's out on loan. Connor Washington only just recovering from injury. We're still missing Martin Waghorn. John Jules, we've not heard anything on him, but I believe we should hear something today in regards to the press conference from Paul Warne. But that might have happened by the time this video comes out, but it hasn't at the time of recording. So there's a lot for Derby to think about. Now, for me, if I was Paul Warne, if I was Stephen Pearce, if I was Mark Thomas, I'd just chuck a deal on the table for Gayle, try and get him through the door. At the end of the day, we are desperate. There's no point acting like we aren't. We need a number 9, and we needed one yesterday, and it hasn't come through. I'm going to discuss my thoughts on the transfer window and the signings we've made and the deal for Max Bird to leave in a video later on today. So make sure you stick around and subscribe to the channel to see that. And then obviously let me know your opinions on the signing of Dwight Gayle. He could be a massively important player if he was to come through the door, but obviously we face massive interest from other teams, the likes of Ipswich. Now Ipswich have signed a host of strikers in this January window, I believe. I think they signed Kiefer Moore. I could be wrong on that one, but I think they signed Kiefer Moore. And obviously Gayle's not going to get the same amount of minutes there as he would do here. So now, shall we get into how this deal works and how we could make it happen? A lot of people might not understand how we can get this deal done, so I'm here to explain it for you. So Stoke City released Dwight Gayle from his contract, meaning that he's no longer registered as a Stoke City player in the Championship. This means that he is able to sign a contract with another club that can now register him for the second half of the season. Now, obviously, Derby will face a whole host of rivals for this signing, but it could be a massive signing and a turning point in the season for Derby County. Having someone like Dwight Gayle on the books, even if it's just a backup option, is like could be massive come the back end of the season. We've got, I think it's 17 games left. James Collins has played in every single league game. I think he's played in every single game this season. I don't think he's missed a squad or a game since the start of the season. So at some point he's going to break down and we're going to need a replacement. But is that going to be Dwight Gayle? I'm not 100% sure. The deal can be done as a result of him being terminated from his contract. If Derby can get this one done, I'll be massively impressed. Let me know what you think to the potential signing of Dwight Gayle down in the comments. So obviously there's no guarantees that Dwight Gayle comes through the door. With the teams that are interested, he does have Championship options, and that could prove a problem for Derby County. As we know, they're currently on a budget. I'm going to be discussing the budget and the restrictions and all that in my transfer video later on today at 6 p.m. So make sure you stick around to the channel to keep your eyes out for that. Obviously, it's been a difficult window for Paul Warne. Come into the window with a host of ambition to get some players through the door, and as the window's gone on, you could just see in him that the emotion was draining out of him and he wasn't going to get what he wanted. But we're at the end of the window now. The window is officially closed. Dwight Gayle could be a potential signing on a free transfer, but will that happen? Who knows? Let's wait and see. Watch this space, but make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button if you have liked this video, and make sure you are subscribed to keep up to date with my latest content, and I'll catch you in my next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.